And we are live. Good afternoon, everybody. I am here with Bo Jackson and Brett Stubbs from the Palm Beach Panthers, current national champions of Men's Division 3. How you guys doing today? Thank you for coming.
Doing great. How about yourself?
Mr. Stubbs, be careful with your driving and talking, okay?
I'll be all right, Charlie. Thank you. Doing good.
Okay, I know. So let's quickly just talk a little bit about that final played 2 weeks ago. In some sense, it was like the reverse of last year's, right? When you guys were down by 20 points in the first half, and now this time around it was the other way around. Tell me about that game. I found it a little bit like really sort of weird because you guys like scored two or three tries sort of back to back, right, in a short period of time, and Brevard, they were held up a couple of times also, sort of in back-to-back plays. So, eh, Bo, if you want to talk about the game a little bit,
Um, I
let's.
feel like from last year, we didn't want that anything to happen or be a close game from like last year because it was on our last foot and it's either win or go home. And this year we just wanted it different, so we came out with the mindset of let's just get it and proceed to the top.
Brett, tell me about this game as it progressed, because I
Yeah,
think in the second half, sort of,
compared to last year, definitely a different. I think the mindset of the team was better coming into the game. Like, hey, this is going to be a contest, like a really hard contest, and we need to like start on the gas. Um, Brevard really hammered back though. We had about 15 minutes of offense in that first. We scored a couple times, and then it was defense for
yeah.
55, 60 minutes. We had some really big stands there during that period. So I think defense has always been a place where we like to hang our hat going all the way back to, having Ralph and Tommy and Josh Tanner out there just tackling machines. So I was happy to see that. But, I would say still both games always competitive with Brevard. It's always been like that.
Yeah.
And it really preps us going into this postseason run.
What would you say comparing this team that you have this year to the one that won the national champion last year? Any difference? It's basically the same team. Tell me, because you guys have gone through some changes of coach.
I can say is everybody that's on the field,
Yeah,
you got it.
Go, Brett.
I think there's always going to be a reset at the beginning of each season, and maybe it was it's a bit bigger this year because we had a lot of changeover. But like stalwarts like Bo, massive last year, huge for us all through this year. Fabian, Austin, Luke, leadership coming from Tim. Those things have helped steer the ship in all the rough water we kind of been throughout the year. It's been difficult for me to contribute as much as I would like, just given family, job, and all those types of things.
Oh, sorry.
Right. As I drive with my little one in the back up to a rugby tournament. she was in my wife's belly in the national championship game, so she's not new to the experience. She just hasn't experienced it completely. It's definitely a different team, but also I talked about this last night. Like for me and Bo and some of the, it's also an opportunity for us to bring in some new players. Kyle Lazera, funny story about him is when I started coaching high school with the Palm Beach Punishers, this goes back to, 2013 maybe, Kyle was our first player. And now Kyle went to USF, had a great career at high school and college, and now he's playing for us. And, I'm proud to have the opportunity to play with him in matches like this and have the opportunity to go on a run with him. So it's finding those ways to be a team when it's new guys, and I think that's really important.
That is why every men's team should have youth divisions, because eventually you get your players back,
Right.
and it makes for a better club.
That's where Bo came from. RBMA, we still got a lot of those guys out.
Yeah.
I was going to ask Bo, tell us quickly a little bit about your playing history as a here in Florida?
When I was in high school, I grew up playing football, and I played football with a couple people like with Beanie and Lucum, and they was going to RBMA. So at the time, our coach, Dave Selepak, he started a
Yep.
program at RBMA, and then Beanie and Lucum then was playing. They was like the first players there to give it a try. So I was in between football, and then Beanie was like, "Come give it a try." I gave it a try my first year. I liked it, and then I like fell off because I was into football so much. And then my second year, my sophomore year of high school, they just like was on me, like come out, come out, come out. We'll come pick you up right after practice. We'll come pick you up. So I just fell in love with it. I had a scholarship for football in my senior year, and I had a scholarship for rugby. So I just took rugby, and I went off to LSUA for half a semester, and then they closed the program. I came back home to play with the Palm Beach Panthers, and I went back to football too halfway. So I was doing both again.
Oh my
I still had my college scholarship at Kaiser University, and then the next year I went out to New Mexico Highlands University. I got me in Sevens National. Yeah, and then I graduated and I came back, and now I'm here.
How old are you?
I'm 24 years old.
Oh my God, you got a lot under your belt already. And let me tell you, that RBMA program that gave us a lot of really great players that are playing today here in Florida.
Yes,
Yeah,
all the players that
Why
I
don't you
used to.
guys restart it now that you're older? You know, you can get into coaching.
Yeah,
It
a lot
would
of
be
players
great.
that we played against in high school, like Spence and Cal. We played against. That was our rivalry in high school because they played for Jupiter. It was RBMA. We always play hard games, and now we playing together. And it's always build memory, so that's a good thing.
Awesome.
yeah. It's
It,
and the high school programs have been great for us. I mean, even Beanie he went out. He left our team. He's playing with Barbarians, and he's playing in the Super Regional out there. So you know those players are still contributing, kind of like all over the place. We got Curtis and Marcus still here. Lucum had off-season surgery, so he's been out all year, but been a big supporter, taking quality pictures of everybody. You know, it's been good. They've always been a tight knit group in Palm Beach's club.
for these super regionals, as far as your roster, do you have any issues, or you're going with your strongest team?
Like injury issues.
Yeah, or any other type.
We got some nicks, you know, off, so that's good. Kind of appreciated a little bit here. It's a 2-game weekend, though. You know, like you're gonna get something.
Yeah.
You know, you got to play. I was talking at practice when I was in college, playing under Ken Simmons and Gary Byrne. Play an SEC tournament where we played 3 games on Saturday, 60-minute games, and then you could play up to 2 games on Sunday. You would play basically the whole conference. And you know, in college, I ate that up, but this weekend I'm looking at it a little bit more like I better pack some ibuprofen and hope everybody kind of stays healthy through the weekend.
Yes.
So yeah, go ahead, Bo.
The roster you've seen, the top 28. Anybody that's from starting to coming in is powerful. We can depend on anybody that's starting the game or coming in second half to finish the game. So yeah, I just say everybody stay tuned, watch, and just watch us. Yeah, put our feet on the paddle.
Fortunately, this year the road to the finals is a little bit shorter, right? Because we're gonna have this tournament, and then
Yes,
once you guys win it, you go directly to the finals. So that's good, because I guess last year that was a pretty tough thing to do all the traveling.
Yeah, it's too much traveling, too much.
But you did it, and you did it very brilliantly. Let's talk a little bit about what do you know about your opponents? This is your first game against New Orleans, the D3 team. Have you guys done some research? How is it looking? Do you
as
know?
always, I do a lot of research into teams as much as I can. New Orleans has been a stalwart club down there for a long time.
Yeah.
D2, D3 side, so both traveling this weekend. So they got numbers. They've been training well at practice. I think that they're going to really be a bit of a challenge. And in the past, we've been burned by looking too far ahead.
No, of course.
So really focused on Saturday, and then we played Charleston last year in the South Regional Final, not the Super Regional.
Right.
Charleston is a strong club. I told their captain Alex after the match, I said, "Hey man, like another year, like there's some rawness here. You guys are going to be a force to be reckoned with." So, if I was just a spectator, I'd probably be really keen to watch that Austin Blacks. Obviously, we saw them in Super Regional round. Charleston Outlaws matchup. I think that's going to be a really interesting matchup. Hopefully we can. I don't know. Hopefully we can watch the film later. Whoever our opponent is or whatever it happens to be.
Yeah.
But if people flick away from our stream to watch a little bit of that, I don't blame them.
Well, they can always watch it later because the streams remain on the channel. So even for you guys, that's a good thing. Very important question is because you mentioned Austin earlier. Is he gonna get a black pant or is he gonna still use the white ones?
Yeah, I think he's gonna stay with the white ones. He's gonna get white ones. That's the good luck short.
Okay.
That boy Austin, he's a baller.
Oh, for sure. Well, he could get a black pant. I don't know what's going on with those white pants, man.
I'll give him some for Christmas.
Very motley. We've never been a very organized shirt, pants, shorts type of club. It's always been kind of, I had to dig through my laundry to find just a couple Palm Beach shirts. I got tons of other stuff, but
guys,
that's kind of the way we are, and it's worked out for us. So there's no reason to change that culture.
Another quick recommendation: don't leave the shirts behind, okay?
No.
Yeah. Again,
because you may up ending, playing with the Trident shirts because nobody else has.
Thanks again, back to Chattanooga Rugby, letting us borrow their shirts for that match last year. Let's hope that the pink and black is just as good as the red and black from last year.
For sure. Okay, guys. Thank you very much for your time. I'm gonna see you tomorrow. I'm gonna be over there. Hopefully, I'll be getting some nice highlights of all your tries. And
both tries. I don't have any tries on the year, so it's all both. Those probably got.
It's still time to shine now.
And it seems like a very tough bracket, this one, for these three. Like, it seems like all the teams are pretty close. So I hope your kicker has a good day also, because, in these games, those kickers, they actually make a big difference, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Other than your tries. Okay. Thank you very much, guys. I'll see you tomorrow.
All right. See y'all. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Which are playing tomorrow at 10 a.m. This is live streamed, so everybody can see it and follow it live. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.